In our society, we often notice how a tiny issue can turn into a heavy burden for someone. Yet we also meet people who face even the toughest challenges with calmness. They don't collapse under pressure. Instead, they expand their hearts so much that sorrow finds no place to settle. Today's story teaches us that when our heart is small, even the lightest problems feel unbearable. But when we learn to widen our heart, even difficult moments become easier to handle. So as you listen, try to see a reflection of your own life in it. This is not just a story to hear, it is one to think about. There was once a young man named Ryan who was deeply dissatisfied with his life. Nothing felt right, and he carried a constant heaviness inside. One afternoon, he went to a small cafe in his town to drink some tea. His head was filled with worries, no job, pressure from home, and fear of what the future would bring. He sat quietly in a corner, lost in thought. At a table nearby, a few elderly men were talking. Although Ryan wasn't trying to overhear them, their voices reached clearly. One of them said, "Do you know the old man who lives behind the hills? He looks ordinary, but he has incredible wisdom. My son was struggling terribly, but one conversation with him changed everything." Another added, "People say just talking to him can make your heart feel lighter." Ryan listened more carefully. He thought, "My life is falling apart too. If he really helps people, maybe he can guide me as well." That evening, Ryan quietly walked toward the hills where the wise old man lived. After a long walk, he reached the small house and said, "Grandfather, I am drowning in problems. I feel sadness every day. Please tell me how I can find happiness." The old man heard him out, saying nothing. Then he suddenly stood up and walked away. Ryan felt puzzled, but waited calmly. After a few minutes, the old man returned, carrying a glass of water and a small bowl of salt. He said, "Take some salt from this bowl and dissolve it in the glass, then drink it." Ryan hesitated, but did as he was told. The old man asked, "How does it taste?" Ryan frowned and replied, "It tastes terrible. All I can taste is salt." The old man nodded and said, "Now take another handful of salt and come with me." They walked together to a nearby lake. "Throw the salt into the lake," the old man said. Ryan tossed the salt into the water. "Now drink from the lake," he instructed. Ryan bent down, took a sip, and the old man asked again, "How does it taste?" Ryan looked amazed and said, "It tastes fine. I don't taste any salt at all." The old man gently placed his hand on Ryan's shoulder and said, "Listen, my child. Pain in life is like this salt. It is the same for everyone, not too much, not too little. But how much of that pain affects us depends on how big our heart is. If your heart is small like a glass, even a pinch of pain will make life bitter. But if your heart becomes wide like a lake, even heavy sorrow will lose its power." He continued, "The glass and the lake represent patience. When patience is small, tiny problems feel huge. But when patience grows, even big struggles cannot break you." Every human being faces difficulties. No one is free from pain. Just as happiness cannot be understood without sadness, life cannot be learned without problems. But when we only focus on what hurts us, life begins to feel filled with suffering. Remember, a little salt can spoil a full glass of water. In the same way, if your heart stays small, even small challenges will overwhelm you. So when hardships come, don't shrink like a glass. Become vast like a lake. Only then will peace and happiness find their place in your life. If this story touched your heart, share it with others. Thank you.